How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got to sit up for this one, fellas. Bengals Steelers. There ain't a better game, is there? No prime time this year. Not about. No Bengals Steelers prime time. I don't think they hate each other enough anymore. You know what? You're not allowed to hate each other enough anymore. After seeing last week's game, if you don't get up and kiss the other player after a good tackle, you're getting penalized for taunting. That's all I got out of last week's game. Little get up, little handshake, little love tap. Like, oh, that was a nice try there. You did okay. I didn't mean to tackle you hard. Sorry about that. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. It really is. You gotta build. How do you build a sports rivalry if you're not allowed talking smack back and forth? I think Steelers Nation can agree as much as Bengals fans here can with that rivalry here. You know, as Bengals fans, we remember, you know what, you don't want to, but we remember the Burfict hit. You guys remember the Juju Smith-Schuster hit. You know? Part of the rivalry, though. Part of what makes it an exciting football game. Gotta worry about the safety, but you gotta let people go out there and enjoy the game. Make it some fun. Nonetheless, Bengals Steelers. Looking for a couple things this week. First of all, listen to this stat. Let's see this right. Big Ben was hit 10 times last week. Mike Tomlin came out and said, our quarterback's getting hit too much. We need to settle down. For the first time since 2018, Ben Roethlisberger was sacked multiple times in 2 consecutive games. I don't remember the last time a Bengals quarterback went 2 consecutive games not getting sacked multiple times. It's crazy. The tale of 2 different stories. The Steelers came in brand new offensive line pretty much this season. You knew that it was going to have, take some time to get things together. Offensive lines, as we preached beginning of the year, it takes some time to build that chemistry. Are the Steelers, a formidable bunch here 3-4 weeks out of season? They start to improve more and more. Or is it an offensive line that's going to just be a bad offensive line? We're going to learn a lot about that this week. If this Bengals front can get pressure on Big Ben. Big Ben, who, mind you, likes to stand back in that pocket and take his chances. Seen it time and time again. He's a guy that likes to stand back there for a while if he can. Or he tries to escape if he can. He's 39 years old now, though. He might be getting a little bit old. If you're going out there trying to escape the pocket. We might see a lot of that out of both quarterbacks this week. Guys not trying to escape the pocket for different reasons. One being 39, one not having the greatest knee in the world right now. Nonetheless, your Bengals defense here, you got to continue to get pressure on Big Ben. You got to continue to do what you've done the last 2 weeks, which is stifle that run game and force them to pass that football, force that offensive line to get to Big Ben. And you got to slow down, or should I say this? You got to, that's definitely, you got to slow down Deontay Johnson. This team's got 3 really good receivers, much like the Bengals, and Juju, Claypool, and Deontay Johnson. But for whatever reason, Deontay Johnson is Big Ben's man. It is what it is. That's the guy he's going to be looking for. If you're the Steelers, it's pretty easy if you're Big Ben. Look for Eli Apple. If they're going to let him on the field with your 3 top receivers on the field, you look at him every single time and you just keep attacking him. And you hope and pray the Bengals can somehow get to the quarterback before he throws him that football. If not, he could pick him apart all game. And that's how you move the football against this Bengals defense. It is what it is. You look for the hole in the defense, you exploit it. Love to see Eli Apple do good. Again, former Buckeye. We wish nothing but the best for our former Buckeyes. But you got to call it how you see it. And he struggled. He struggled mightily. That's where you look at if you're Big Ben. You move that football down the field. This could be a very classic Bengals-Steelers game here where it's low scoring. A defensive battle. Because, again, it is a Steelers defense that is beyond nasty. They got to continue to get to the quarterback this week. You get to the quarterback this week, and I expect them to. There's a lot of question marks, though, on this defense. Devin Bush missed last week. TJ Watts, they say he's got a chance to play after leaving last week's game. Alualu, I'll never say his name right. I'll hear it right. I'll say it once, but once you see his name instead of hear it, they just don't come out right. Nonetheless, out for the season, right? So, Steelers dealing with some injuries on that defensive side. But this is a Bengals coach who, until feels like he's on the hot seat, is playing scared right now. Pressure that quarterback, and he's going to continue to play scared. He's going to continue to play in your favor. Force this Bengals team into 3rd and longs. Stop their attempted run game here. Force them into 3rd and longs and hit the quarterback. The more you hit Joe Burrow, the more they're going to be scared, if you will. More conservative, if you will, because they're worried about the shots this quarterback's taking. Because unlike Big Ben, who is miraculously, unbelievably, he's struggling because he's been sacked multiple times, 2 straight games. That's just unheard of in the NFL. 4 times, 2 games. Well, Joe Burrow's been sacked 9 times. So yes, and this is a Pittsburgh Steelers defense that just thrives on beating up on the quarterback. A big deal. That could be the difference in this game, is how much, or it probably will be the difference in this game, how much they get to Joe Burrow. I think the Steelers, they're going to find a way to move the football. It's just a question of how much do they move the football. It could be, it could be 16 points. It could be 19 points. But if the Bengals play like they did last week, where they was afraid to throw the football and unleash until the fourth quarter, the Steelers are going to go out there and clamp down on that fourth quarter, unlike the Bears did, and probably close out this game. Again, depending on some of the injuries here. But that's what I want to see out of the Bengals. We've talked about this. You got to unleash Joe Burrow. Unleash Jamar Chase. T. Higgins. Tyler Boyd. Let Joe Burrow run this offense. Mix things up. If you think Mike Tomlin and this Pittsburgh Steelers team isn't going to watch film from these last 2 games and see I formation run, empty backfield, obviously pass, and eat that alive with this defense, you got another thing coming. I want to see T. Higgins. I want to see Jamar Chase. I want to see Talib. I want to see all 3 of these guys out wide consistently. I'd like to see a running back in the backfield trying to block. Maybe that's Evans. Maybe that's Perrine. Clearly mixing experiments not working here. That's been a big problem with these, QB pressures the last couple weeks. We've seen a lot of missed assignments, whether it be the running back a couple times. You got a free runner on the offensive line. They got to clean that stuff up. But I got to see Joe Burrow out there slinging this football. I don't want to see, I'm sorry to say it, I don't want to see Joe Mixon run it 20 times this week. Unless the Bengals are in firm control going into the fourth quarter, I don't want to see him doing it. It ain't working. If the Bengals run the football first and second down consistently throughout this game like they have in the previous 2 games, game's going in the Steelers' favor. Joe Burrow's got to take control of this team. You got to allow him to do it. Zach Taylor's got to change things. The problem is, I'm trying to play coach here. I'm trying to say this needs to change, this needs to change. The fact of the matter is we're not the coach. And we don't do this very often because optimistic Bengals fan here, like to think this team can win every game. I think they can win this game against the Steelers. Feel really good about it. They got to make some changes, though. Things need to change if they want to win this game. Defense has been playing strong. Offense needs to turn it up. Offense, if the Bengals offense played last year like they did this year like they did last year, they'd be 2-0 right now. I mean, there's a question about it. It was a good offense. The defense struggled. They haven't, though. So until I see that, I'm saying the Steelers win this one. Steelers 19, Bengals 13.